And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Apologies that my last video was really long, and I think I've got another lengthy one, another like 20-minute one coming up pretty soon. So I just thought I'd throw together a quick one just to mix it up. Also, in the very near future, I've got a couple of Vectrex videos that are going to be coming up, which reminded me of the last one that I did, which is all about asteroids on the Vectrex. And that in itself reminded me of a game that I have on my 3DS that I wanted to talk about, and I'll do so very quickly here. It is the 10-in-1 arcade collection that you're currently looking at, but it's specifically one of the 10 games in here. When I first had a look at this, I thought, oh, an arcade collection, that looks pretty cool. It's only $3, that's not so bad. And then I read some reviews, checked out people online, they were all saying, most of the games in here are not fantastic. But there is one that's a little bit like Asteroids, and I saw the screenshots and I thought, okay, yeah, Asteroids in 3D, that might be kind of neat. And it is pretty good, but there's a couple of points about it I want to bring up. So first of all, let's just launch 10-in-1 Arcade here. So when you launch 10-in-1 Arcade, here's your 10 games, and like I say, there's a lot of good ones in here, but honestly, the only ones I find that I play are this Black Nightmares, which is a Space Invaders type game. This little special delivery, it's okay, it's a platforming, jumping game, but the one that I do find I play a lot, Tangled Space, and it looks a lot like Asteroids, and it plays a lot like Asteroids. It's in some ways even better than Asteroids, and it does have the 3D. Obviously, I can't show that on YouTube here, but I did want to point out a couple of things about it. So let's just get into the game here. When you first fire up Tangled Space, you've got your Asteroids action going on up here. Use D-pad and one button. Down below, you've got a number of coins that you collect in addition to your score. You've got a power meter, and you've got a range, and then your number of lives. What they've done here is you're basically just playing asteroids up there, but when you destroy the asteroid, when you've blown up even the small little ones, they turn into a coin, and you want to collect those. It's a way for them to make sure you're not just sitting around in the center of the screen. Eventually, little bad guys show up, like the UFO and asteroids. When you hit them, they will unlock some kind of a power-up. Some are these swirling black holes, some are more rocks appearing on screen, and some are shields for you and improvements to your weapon. And that's why it's got a power meter here. As you collect items, your power meter will go up, and then as you get better weapons, your range will increase, and you can get like a double shot and stuff. Anyway, I'll give it a quick go, and I'll show you the game, and then I'll point out the small criticisms I have, and if you're interested in getting in this collection, well, I'll get to that in a sec. So there's me. So there I am, just doing my thing, flying around. Again, this looks pretty decent in 3D. It's there's a coin. See, now I've got one coin, and I think my power went up a little bit there. Nope, it didn't. Sorry, my mistake. But you do collect the coins. You don't have to. They will eventually disappear if you don't pick them up. In my talking about the Vectrex collection, or Asteroids game, I did mention that I've got the 3D version of Mindstorm. I thought this was going to be a lot like this, like that game. I thought, the asteroids are going to be kind of some in the foreground, some in the background, and it's going to play really cool like that. It kind of does. I mean, everything's in a flat plane, but you look like you're elevated above the backdrop, and it's all right. It's a pretty decent little asteroids game. I mean, as one of 10 games, I certainly wouldn't recommend picking it up on its own unless it was super cheap, but considering it comes in this collection of 10 games, it's not bad. However, let me get to my criticism before the game starts to ramp up too much here. You use the D-pad to move around, and that's fine. Left and right rotates you left and right, and your A button shoots, no problem. But to move forward, you have to push up on the D-pad. Like, it doesn't... I was thinking, oh, no problem, I'll hit B to move forward, or one of these other buttons for hyperspace. Nothing else works. The A just fires your weapon, and you have to push up on the on the D-pad in order to move anywhere. I don't like that. That is not intuitive control, and I'm not a fan. So if you want to get this for an Asteroids kind of an experience, be warned. And in the pause menu, sure, you've got options here, but your only options are music and sound effects. That's it. You can't change, you can't remap the buttons. So not a big fan of that. Not liking that one bit at all. Let's resume here. Now I'm going to just play for a bit, and I'll put in an edit so that you can see what the game eventually gets like. Make note of how my status changed down below, how my power meter has gone up, and my range of my weapon. I'm going to try and pick up a few power-ups here. There's the alien. I've shot him, and now you'll see my power has gone up a bit. Now I've got a double shot. And now the range has gone up. And this is where the game gets quite fun. It's really enjoyable. I just really wish you could do remap the controls. I don't like having to push up on the D-pad. See, now I'm dead. The good news is if you die, you're only set back one level in your power. I'm not going to pick that one up. There's a shield for me. And now I've got some protection, so that's good. Yeah, if you get hit by a rock when you've got like the better shots, it only sets you back one level. Like if I get hit, or when I got hit there, it actually just reduced my range back to what it was before. And now I've got a triple shot. And now, I can get it, I've got a triple shot with increased range. And let's destroy everything on the screen. There we go. Again, I don't really need to get the coins at this stage. Now we're getting really tricky. You'll see there's most of the rocks tend to be yellow in color, but this time they've gone blue, and that means you have to hit them twice. Oh, darn it. Nope. Now I got hit there, and I'm just going to pick that up so that I'm back to where I was before. Again, it's not like I'm back to just a single shot with getting hit once. Any successive attacks that hit you, or if you crash into something, you end up with just going back one level. Now, I really got to concentrate here. You'll see I'm firing 3 in front of me, and also I've got a single shot behind me now. So that's kind of the maximum that the weapon does, but you can really lay in with some good destruction on screen here now. It's actually a heck of a lot of fun at this point. Again, you can keep an eye on your power and your range to see. I think if I get one more power up from my weapon, what it'll do is basically give me better range, but I've maxed out what the weapon can do. And this is a lot of fun. I just wish you didn't have to use the D-pad for moving forward. Or at least give me the option to remap the controls. Let me shoot, let me use B for thrust, because that's what I'm so used to on so many collections for Asteroids. Oh well, what can you do? Be careful of the one that looks like an exclamation mark, because that actually puts more rocks on screen, so if that's not what you want, that's not a good thing. Anyway, yeah, this is a pretty good collection. A lot of fun. Is it worth the $3? Not really, but the good news is the 10-in-1 arcade collection actually tends to be on sale a heck of a lot. Like, I see it almost every week. In fact, after this, well, since I'm dead, why don't we just see what it goes for the price tag currently. I just had a look on the eShop here, and the one time I mentioned that it's always on sale is the time that it's not. It's at its usual price of $3.09 randomly. But yeah, this thing is on sale quite often, so I'd recommend you wait until it is on sale if you're interested, because honestly, just the one game is really the only one that I find that I play very often. And for $1.50 or so that it normally goes for, I think that's a reasonable price tag. Well, I realized that I've been playing in a way that you couldn't actually see what was going on very well, so I've moved the screen here. You can see there's all kinds of different power-ups. You've got like a black hole one here that does some cool stuff, and as I mentioned before, I've got my shields. I can increase my... Ooh, I lost my shields there. It is a pretty fun little game. It's a neat asteroids in 3D, kind of like the 3D Mindstorm game on Vectrex. And again, look for more Vectrex stuff in the very near future. Ooh. Oh boy, they're really coming in fast and furious now. So, I'm going to leave the video here, but yeah, when it's on sale, I recommend it. I don't know that I would normally get it at the $3 price. It's not quite worth that. However, until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.